The European Union has been branded irrelevant after its response to the COVID-19 pandemic, as a majority of people said the bloc responded poorly. The European Council on Foreign Relations think tank found 46% of 11,000 EU citizens surveyed from Bulgaria, Denmark, France, Germany, Italy, Poland, Portugal, Spain and Sweden believe Brussels did not live up to its responsibilities during the coronavirus pandemic. While 47% believe the EU is irrelevant. Ursula von der Leyen was also called out by two-thirds of Italians and 61% in France for failing its citizens. The authors behind the poll have described the disillusionment as disturbing. They noted the crisis has led to a rise in nationalist Euroscepticism and pro-European federalism. They said, "We can see that people in all surveyed member states believe the EU responded poorly to the crisis, with majorities in all countries saying that the EU did not rise to the challenge." This includes 63% in Italy and 61% in France. In a separate question, we asked whether respondents' attitudes towards EU institutions had worsened during the crisis. Majorities in Italy, Spain, and France confirmed that it had 58%, 50%, and 41% respectively. Perhaps more worrying than the large numbers who say the EU performed badly are the even larger numbers who say the EU has been irrelevant. In every country, more people believe this than believe the opposite. For example, more than half of respondents in France believe that the EU has been irrelevant. It comes as European Union countries failed to settle on Friday on a final safe list of countries whose residents could travel to the bloc from July, with the United States, Brazil and Russia set to be excluded. Ambassadors from the 27 EU members convened from Friday afternoon to establish criteria for granting quarantine-free access from next Wednesday. A redrawn text of 10 to 20 countries was put to them, but many said they needed to consult first with their governments, diplomats said. The list did not include the United States, Brazil or Russia, one diplomat said. Discussions were continuing overnight, with the EU countries expected to give informal replies by Saturday evening, people familiar with the matter said. U.S. passengers may be allowed to travel if they meet certain conditions such as passing temperature checks, two U.S. officials said.